And the Reaper sees Maru's getting a fusion core? What?
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What? What is... Okay, am I going to learn how to BC rush and TVT from Maru? I'm not going to lie. I don't even care if he wins this game anymore. I'm going to steal this shit and use it on ladder. Let's go. Oh, my God. I'm going to have a replay of Maru doing some absolutely bonkers stuff that doesn't make any sense at all.
Maybe he got inspired. Maybe Supernova really showed him a way he hasn't thought about before, which is to get Battlecruisers on top of production.
He's like, wait, if I get 3 starports on 3 bases and just mass BCs, my opponent can't really do anything at all about that, can he? Like, okay, well, sounds good.
Innovation, of course, scouting it is though it's already like hard countering it.
Yeah. Well,
Raven Cyclone, buddy.
It's not the final answer for it. I do think that Vikings are like, at least as somebody who likes to BC rush and has done it a lot in TVT, there is nothing that is harder to deal with than someone who just goes for like a decent number of Vikings. If he teleports into his base when this BC finishes, I'm gonna cry. If he teleports straight in there, I'm just gonna cry.
He scans first.
Don't do it! Don't do it! That's Magfield! There's Vikings! Don't!
That is the biggest stop sign I've ever seen. Do not see that.
Thank you for scanning. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Oh man. Absolutely. What is the phrase? Was it baby rage, never lucky? I think, to quote a famous former Starcraft player.
Okay, so here's the thing though, like as bad as this should be for Maru, innovation, I mean, I don't think he has a killing blow necessarily, just because Cyclones are hard to get into a tank line, which Maru is going to be playing very safe behind tanks to make sure that doesn't happen. So it's possible that Maru maybe like, if he can grab a 3rd CC, I think that it's still okay. Innovation's really hardcore denying the Battlecruisers, so he's not necessarily getting stim. He's not getting 3rd CC on location because he's still worried about the harassment, I suppose. So maybe, but I'm feeling very good for my
Innovation is not a turret builder, but yeah, that one Marine shows it right there. So the hard part about this type of situation is just that you can bait the interference matrix and teleport out, but then you don't do anything. And this Raven has so much energy that he's basically saying, Maru, the next 2 attempts that you make to attack me are completely worthless and will not accomplish anything at all. So with the 2nd Battlecruiser, that's nice. It's going to literally run into another Marine. This is like perfectly timed, by the way. Is this scripted? The one on the left is just going to, yep, right there. Marine gets there right as he reaches that path point. He's going to run past the other one. This BC does teleport out on the right, saves it, but I would like to see him get at least 1 or 2 zoning turrets so he doesn't just fly over his main with the Vikings and try to kill it like what happened to Supernova.
It's always a little bit scary. Maru, while continuing to invest into a Battlecruiser at a time, could eventually get to that point where Supernova was at, where it's like 6 Battlecruisers, right? And they just suddenly are on top of your production. He is also taking a lot of resources away from literally anything else. Upgrades, factory production, the actual units from the factory. That it's a big committal for something that's supposed to be hardcore denied. But if he can keep these all alive, and so far he's done, then he will have that air superiority. Innovation is not exactly on the most amazing economy, and in fact, he's just losing SCVs. He's just letting them die.
He's got teleport out now. Oh, he gets it in time. Nice. Ooh, it's still interference matrix, by the way, after the jump. But you do get to finish the jump. That was the way that they tried to keep it a little bit fair, because there are a lot of units that can just kind of click on the BC to kill it. So it can still teleport if you start it in time. And now he's going to make that move out. But like you said earlier, the best thing about this type of style is that it is very hard to kill somebody if you have turrets to zone and you build tanks, because Marines are going to have a hard time getting close. Cyclones have a hard time getting close. Siege tanks, 2-shot Cyclones. So Innovation's got about 6 of them on the right, though. If he were able to lock on with all of them to that command center and just pull back, he might be able to kill it if Maru does not react in time.
I think he's okay. Yamada's going to go down and cut the Cyclone counts short of being able to really target fire that command center. Nice. It was a good defense, but he absolutely should move that tank a little bit farther forward. What?
Maru, what are you doing?
What?
He's building 4 armories. No.
What?
Oh, no.
They're like so close together, too, in timing. It really looks like on purpose.
Has he been watching Upper Tree Zelda? What the hell is happening?
Quadruple armory upgrades.
There aren't even 4 upgrades you could get. This isn't Wings of Liberty. No.
It's not. You only get 1 armor. Why?
Cancel the other 2, please, God.
It's so close together. How did he do this? within like 10 seconds of each other. I can't believe he built 4 armories. Okay, look at this. It's a big brain plays, 2 decoy armories, so they're never target fired.
Yeah, he is getting 3 upgrades at once. So.
Oh my god.
You know, Maru is like, do I really have to play in this thing? He's like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna do the most stupid shit I could possibly think of. Oh god, the battlecruisers on the right might just fly straight into those Vikings and the Raven, by the way. This does not feel good. Oh my god, does he see that scan was there? Okay, so he realizes maybe it's time to back it up. He can land the Vikings in the main base too, by the way. There's no turrets. If he
scans are so funny. They just alerted him to it, like Innovation's intent, though.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point as well.
Yeah, so it's like, but it's funnier too because it didn't just alert Maru to like, okay, I need to be concerned. It also alerted Innovation that he just alerted Maru, and now they're not gonna do anything around each other. Not anything is happening around that would be 4th base. But Maru, speaking of 4 bases, still has not reached over to any side, whereas Innovation gets a 5th base.
What a game! We got the box wars going on over here, and you know, I actually think Vikings are pretty busted in TVT, but in this specific scenario, overbuilding them may actually end up working in Maru's favor if he doesn't take a really good fight. If the tanks are able to if he can force one fight where his tanks shoot those Cyclones, the majority of that army dies very, very, very fast. The important thing is like the BC retention. I don't know. I wouldn't even mind if he used some Widow Mines. They one-shot Cyclones. Spreading those out with the way that these Vikings and Cyclones are sharking around the map, I wouldn't hate to see that either.
Like, I really feel like Innovation might just be, because he should have won with how well he scouted and how well he defended, is getting locked into a composition that at 14 minutes is starting to fall off. I'm really concerned.
Yeah, so the thing about Cyclones is they really do not hold their value into the late game. The only reason why you see this many is because both players honestly kind of have them, and the air has been such a focus, but it really is about the siege tanks. It really is all about those tanks. If the Cyclones can get the lock on and pull back, that is one option, though. And he is just going to try and come in and push through this. There's quite a few siege tanks staggered back. He needs to focus fire down those important tech units. Don't let the tanks shoot the Hellbats, and he can overwhelm this. There's really not too much left over there. The Battlecruisers at the same time are making the planetary forces on the left. They are going to be able to pick that off. The SCVs trying to hide, but they will not be able to do so. So a command center for a planetary fortress and a handful of SCVs.
Innovation does have Cyclones trying to respond, but Yamatos are available. So it's down to 2 Cyclones. It's not a whole lot. And yet again, he never made additional starports. I think that's actually a really big problem. Vikings are going to be the most convincing thing to defend against this, rather than the Cyclones. But, I mean, both can be an option if you catch them, which he manages to catch at least one of the battlecruisers.
One of them there. He does get one of the BCs. He is going to restart his battlecruiser production. He's going to add another one in there. I mean, the upgrade situation is still looking pretty good for Innovation. Maru is just not getting that +2. Couldn't quite afford the jump to make, or try to make the jump for the +2 air attack. But that's the hard part with these Cyclones. It's very hard to attack into siege tanks. Cyclones are not good against tanks at all. Just the fact that they 2-shot. It is so easy to clear them out if you don't have like just one single tank trying to protect a base.
I'm still with you, man. Maru has managed to get himself to a maxed out position. While his economy doesn't feel very fantastic, it's now a position where, like, well, I have a full mining base and they probably won't be trading very much. So that means that all goes to my bank. There's no remaxing, constantly trading that would happen with bio versus bio. So I think Maru is still okay. Actually, he gets to a 5th too. Like, this actually defended. And he's finding Innovation's other base. Innovation was so... He wanted to save those SCVs because he knew he had command centers to float around. But now with this base being found out and the SCVs getting barbecued.
Ooh, good target. Oh, but the rest of the Cyclones are kind of getting caught here. He finds the Liberators, though. Not a bad grab to be able to take away some of the air to ground. I definitely think that's something you want to worry about. If you can't have that air control, Liberators are still going to be phenomenal for ending mech v mech. There's actually no missile turrets on these siege tanks, which I think is also worth noting in this particular situation if Liberators become too much of a factor.
Nathaniel, so I would love for them, but Innovation still isn't adding on any extra starports. If he's going Liberators and Vikings, I think at this point he would have had once again built 8 or 10 Vikings, something to actually try and dance with the battlecruisers. And absolutely he's jumping on top of these tanks with some Liberators. The Innovation continues to only invest into more factories. Another factory goes down because I guess he had to replace it because the battlecruiser killed it. But also a fusion core. Where are the starports? Why? Why?
He just wants to get lib range and just trick a lot of few. That's his play. He's gonna try and get on this mineral line. There is a turret kind of covering the back. I believe there is an open spot though. And, oh yeah, well, I guess if you've got 2 Liberators, 1 missile turret is just never going to be enough. 4 Cyclones lock onto the northwest planet, or command center. Unfortunately, if he doesn't have anything over there to defend it, that is going to get knocked down. The DPS is crazy high, but a couple of Cyclones will show up to shepherd those forces away.
If there were 6 Cyclones, the command center is dead, but he just took out enough to save it. They go to the other command center, though it's not planetary quite yet. Innovation does have more of a mobile army, so he's trying to catch the tanks, not siege in appropriate positions. Maru's doing a decent job protecting the bases he has, but absolutely going to take the top left as a loss. And at least he's got that middle right. Liberators come in, maybe... Oh no, they're on shift queue, so they are trying to get some harassment done.
Yeah, well, thankfully, Maru has he's kind of following that euthermal book of missile turrets everywhere, but they do manage to siege up on the east base. The top left base is under siege once again as well. Oh God, Maru, please.
The innovation, please, yes, win. I believe.
Maru, I need you, please, God, don't lose this game.
Oh, is they gonna save the command center? Absolutely not. SCV stop mining for 1 second. It literally goes from 0 or 100 to 0. Actually, is what it happened. The battlecruisers are alive. They're alive, and they're trying to go to the bottom right to get some revenge. But Innovation's also taking the top left.
They need to win. The BCs need to like somehow just win the freaking game right now, and I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do that. He needs to get some serious damage done. He has had such a difficult time getting his bases up and running. It has been the ultimate pain in the ass. He deals a decent amount of damage. The rest of the army is actually coming over now to push this southern expansion. There's not a tank count here that can actually keep the Cyclones away, though.
I mean, Innovation, he's going to have a bit faster of the response with building Cyclones, but a couple of tanks would actually be really nice right now, because then he would stop his command center from being killed, so at least there is some revenge for Maru to be had. Cyclones down the middle. Oh, it's always down the middle, right? That's when 18, 19 minutes, suddenly you don't remember that that's an option. He only finds a couple of structures, though, and doesn't go for the command center.
Oh, no, those tanks are unsieged. Maru is going to siege up really quickly again. As I say, that's a bit of a nerve-wracking moment, as he almost had the chance to go in there and try and get a killing blow, potentially. But the rest of this army, actually, a lot of the tanks are in position with the help of these battlecruisers. Do feel like that southeast base may be primed for a big push. However, Innovation took the top left expansion during all of this. If I have to give Innovation a big credit for anything, it's just his tenacity with the expansions. He has been playing an economic bruiser of a game, and the BC's longevity and the cost effectiveness is the only reason why he ain't dead yet.
I love it. Maru scanned the top left, but didn't actually scan the top left. He doesn't know Innovation has taken the base up there. So that's going to be gone for a little while longer. Definitely good for muling. I would love for Innovation to stop thinking about Cyclone Hellbat or Hellion and start thinking about just Hellions. There are orbitals on the outside bases that are right for just 2 Hellions literally getting in and killing a bunch of SCVs. But he's thinking mostly about using his entire army. All of the army is here attacking into the third base, while Maru has his battlecruisers once again doing a flyby, taking down the bottom right at the very least. But can Innovation get to the production? Can he get into the main base?
I feel like he can. There's only 1 tank that just finished, and it's rallying out. It's not sieging up Zombie Grub. It's going to walk straight into the Cyclones while the battlecruisers go for the top, or excuse me, the bottom right planetary fortress. But Innovation has taken all of the bases in the northwest that Maru would have eventually wanted to get. 1 tank on the high ground is going to kill a few Cyclones, though.
My God, what is happening? Innovation with some lackluster control on that main engagement has just had Cyclones going left, right, upper left. All the Cyclones are dead, and Innovation still has to deal with the battlecruisers. He's down 30 supply, and Maru actually wins. Are you kidding?